One of the toughest questions founders ask me is, should I take money from family and friends to help fund my startup? It sounds like a simple question, but it can be one of the riskiest decisions you make. So let's break it down. Family and friends' money is usually easier to raise than institutional investors because they might be your first believers, if you're lucky to have a network of people with a little extra expendable capital. Now, they already trust you. They don't need you to prove market size or show them a 20-slide pitch deck. And for a lot of founders, the money can help you build your MVP or hire your first contractor or get through those critical early moments. And some of the most iconic startups began with family and friends checks. So Jeff Bezos raised $245K from his parents to launch Amazon. And when Larry Page and Sergey Brin were building Google, one of their very first checks came from a family friend who wrote them $100K on the spot after seeing an early demo. So that money gave them the breathing room to kind of incorporate or start scaling long before VC took notice. So the first bit of capital doesn't just pay for product or marketing, it buys you time. And in the earliest stage of building, time is often the difference between staying alive long enough to find traction or shutting down before you ever get momentum. But most startups fail, and when you're raising from family, you're not just risking money, you're risking relationships. If your startup collapses, you don't just lose capital, you might lose trust, you might create resentment, and those family gatherings can get real awkward. If you do take money from family and friends, treat it like a real investment. Put everything in writing, set clear terms, and be honest about the risks. And never take money from someone who can't afford to lose it. That way, you're protecting both your business and your relationships. 99% of the time, I recommend founders go the family and friends route before angels or VCs if that's something available to you, because you might get some more flexibility in your backing, or they might even consider a loan instead of taking equity. But it's not a decision to take lightly. If you're raising from family and friends, don't just take the money casually. Set real terms so everyone is clear on what they're getting into. So here are your main options. One is equity. They buy a small ownership stake in your company. This means they share the upside if you grow, but their money is tied to the long haul. If you sell or raise more capital later, they are on your cap table. Or they can go to the loan route. They lend you money with the expectation you're going to pay it back. And this can be safer for them, but it's a little riskier for you if cash is tight. Make sure the repayment schedule is realistic and ideally keep it interest-free or very simple. Third is a convertible note or SAFE, and these are common startup tools. Instead of deciding the valuation today, the money converts into equity later when you raise from a professional investor. It keeps things simple and avoids awkward valuation debates early on. Whichever path you choose, remember, document it in writing. Be upfront about the risk of losing money. That professionalism protects both of your startup and relationships. Future investors often look who backed you first. If your family or friends believe in you enough to invest, it can create confidence for angels or VCs. But if you mishandle it, that story can follow you too. So should you take family and friends' money? The answer is only if you can make it professional, not personal, because your startup isn't worth breaking relationships over. If you're raising money now, drop a comment and let me know if you're considering family, friends, what questions you have about it, or if you're going to go straight to the investor route. And be sure to subscribe for more founder-friendly tips like this.